want to let people know that we do not have the perfect relationship. We have a lot of things that we got to work on and that we struggle with.
Even after 20 years.
Even after 20 years. However, that doesn't mean it's a bad, horrible relationship. We just got to have things that we work on.
Yeah, just don't look at the paperwork.
Stay to the end of this video.
Yeah, so you can find out one thing you can do every single day in 5 minutes, right?
5 minutes at a time, every single day.
That can strengthen your marriage.
To strengthen your relationship, period. Hello guys, how are you guys doing today? Welcome to Family of Hope Vlogs. If you're new here, we do not necessarily daily, but as much as we can vlogs. We used to be
as much
daily.
as we can vlogs.
As much as we can vlogs.
We've got a lot of fishing, a lot of family stuff, WWE, and just a lot of everything. So stick around.
So today we are going to be talking about the results. Dun dun dun! We took a relationship assessment test because for the next 6 weeks, once a week, you guys are going to be getting an earful of our relationship and how we are going to improve and enrich our relationship.
Not that it's super bad, but after this assessment, man, it is like a dog poop. It seems like, well, that's a bad assessment, but that's what, the paper doesn't lie.
So we both took the same test, but we couldn't look at each other's answers or discuss answers or the questions were
it's
until
an
after
online test.
Yes.
And we took them at different times.
Yes. So
now,
at the class last night, we got our answers and they gave us the answers. So we're taking a marriage enrichment class, find out where our weaknesses and our strengths are, and to work on our weaknesses and complement our strengths.
Well said. Our situation is a little different considering the last 7 years, what we've had to endure. Some of the questions you weren't sure if it was like an overall marriage thing, if it was in like the last year or two.
There was a lot of questions that were kind of on the broad...
Yeah, broad spectrum,
yeah.
And so it makes it very difficult.
Yeah.
But don't think our marriage is in trouble just by some of these answers.
Are you sure it's not in trouble?
It better not be in trouble. I will punch you in the mouth.
So we are headed on our 20-year anniversary this year, and I thought it was great for us to do this class this year to help enrich our marriage. So
what we'll do is I'm going to give you a little screenshot what the overall is.
Okay.
And then we'll go in and talk about it. So pay attention. So what's the first one, Mel?
Okay, so we've got assertiveness, self-confidence, avoidance, and partner dominance.
Now, I am the blue.
And I am the green. We're going to talk about our assertiveness. The test results say we are both average, somewhere in the average range of every marriage.
Or, yeah, average couple.
Average couple. That we both... individuals are generally good at expressing their thoughts and feelings towards one another and are sometimes able to ask for what they want from their partner.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
So it's average.
It's about average, yeah.
So self-confidence is the next one. It focuses on how good one feels about their self and their ability to accomplish what they want in life.
Ronnie got a higher score than me.
I got a super high score.
He is actually very self-confident. You are. You're very
not conceited.
No, but you're very self-confident. You know what you want in life.
So go ahead and read it.
Okay, so for Ronnie's, he has a high level of self-confidence, positive self-esteem, and typically feels good about his or her ability to effectively accomplish what he wants in life.
To a point, yes.
To a point.
So Melody was average. Melody has a moderate level of self-confidence.
Typical woman, though. We're really hard on ourselves.
And may generally have a positive self-esteem and typically feels good about her ability to accomplish what they want in life.
That's decent.
See, I mean, a lot of that's more recent because he couldn't take that over the last 6 years stuck in a hospital. And
well, even before my weight loss surgery, I was actually really depressed. So before then, I think that my score would have been way lower. So I feel accomplished just having that score as average. So
the next one's a tough one.
Avoidance.
Avoidance is the tendency to minimize issues and the reluctance to deal with issues directly.
Let's re-look at the avoidance right here line. So Ronnie is a little bit on the high side.
Yeah, I'm pretty high. I'm almost very high.
I can see why, because he's always avoiding issues. He's always avoiding wanting to talk to me, and I think this is kind of the truth. This is the truth. So his turned out to be, Ronnie scored in the high range and may tend to minimize problems and be reluctant to deal directly with issues. That is actually pretty much the truth.
Yeah, I'd rather not deal with it.
You'd rather not talk about it at all.
If it doesn't start a fight, and I could, even though it sooner or later will, yeah, I don't want to deal with it. Why? Why go through all this? Now, Melody, on the other hand, was pretty much average. She's in the moderate range and will sometimes minimize problems and may occasionally be reluctant to deal with issues
It depends
directly.
on the situation for me.
Yeah. This next one.
Okay, so Ronnie, I have to tell a story. We were at class yesterday, and he looks at partner dominance. Let's look, see how you guys interpret this, okay? Put it in the comments how you interpret this. I'm green, Ronnie's blue. You see that? Partner dominance? At first, Ronnie thought that I was the dominant one.
No, because Melody
And he
feels
started-
she is by the question she answered.
No. That's
Yes.
what you thought it was. But really, we have to look at the wording of this. This is actually about how I feel about you. And he scored the moderate range in partner dominance and sometimes feel his or her partner is dominant, sometimes controlling or occasionally.
Controlling.
I can be occasionally interested in managing his or her life.
But
so,
the key to this is that sometimes feels his partner is dominant, controlling. See, you added a word in there. Dominant, controlling, or occasionally interested in managing his or her life. So no, she's controlling.
Okay, on average I am. On average. He likes to feel like he has to be the dominant one, which is fine. That's kind of the role of a marriage, which is fine. I'd rather let him, even though I'm controlling, I'd rather let him, he could be the controller.
So Melody was very high.
Very high.
See that? Melody scored high in the range of partner dominance and often feels his or her partner is dominant, controlling, and usually interested in managing his or her life. So what's going to happen is we're going to get some clarification next week and bring it back to you.
I already asked for clarification.
I don't have clarification yet.
All right. Well.
So I kind of feel she's dominant, but she feels that I'm the dominant one.
That was the relationship dynamics of our answers that we took of our test. Next, we're going to talk about communication. This week, we're learning about how to communicate. We're always pointing the finger, and we're always going you. So this is something that Ronnie and I have to work on.
So the next one we're going to talk about is satisfaction. Satisfaction in your relationship.
So we are both on the average side, averagely satisfied.
If you saw that, I am a little more satisfied than she is.
Oh, you got a lot of work to be done. Okay, so both individuals generally feel good about their family communication, but have some concerns about sharing feelings and listening to each other. Like I said at the beginning of this video, that we are learning to communicate. We are not really good, but we both said on average that we kind of tend to feel good about our communication.
Yes. See, the hard part is that for 6 years she lived her own life.
Yeah.
I lived my own life.
Well, kind of, yes.
I mean, pretty much.
Yeah.
Even though we were together, she had her own house, if you want to call it. And she disciplined, and she bought food and everything. Well, I did the same.
Kind of like a separated family.
Like a separated family. And I had to do the same thing for Cayden. So I had my own ways of doing things. Then when we come back together after years of her living her way, me living my way,
it was kind of hard, and we were butting heads for a little while. And we've come to compromisations on a lot of things, which is fine, and I'm happy that Cayden's older now, which is a lot easier to be able to agree to discipline on certain things. But we have, a low score on couples agreements. We disagree It very highly disagree.
Okay, so while this couple has some positive agreement, they disagree or share mutual concern on several items in this category. By learning and practicing new communication skills such as assertiveness and active listening.
Last night we learned that assertiveness is not a negative thing. To be assertive is to know what you want and to communicate that's what you want. And you can use that in a positive sense.
Yes, and they can definitely improve family communication. So we'll quickly go through some of the ways to work.
So the next part is the couple agreement. We're going to talk about the next 3 statements. The couple agreed with one another on these next 3 statements.
I am satisfied with how my partner and I communicate.
And I like the way my partner listens to me.
It's easy for me to express my feelings to my partner.
And again, it probably is dependent on what the subject is, because with
Correct.
with Elijah, it's easy for us to agree with each other.
Because in another, we don't communicate well. So that's why there's so many questions that...
Right.
So go ahead.
So on the disagreement, we have 4 disagreements. The couple disagreed with one another on these next 4 statements.
My partner does not make comments that put me down.
So we disagreed with that. We
so
both
that means
disagreed with
somebody
that.
feels...
We both. It's both of us. These are the same answers that we both put. So we both have problems with putting each other down in an argument, which is very true. My partner is willing to share his or her feelings with me. So this one is kind of contradicting to the past stuff that we've been just recently going through the test. We just stated that we easily can communicate with each other.
But it depends in
the situation. So there are parts where we disagree that we're willing to share our feelings.
My partner usually understands how I feel.
And we both agree that we can never understand how we feel in arguments at all. Sometimes I feel like he doesn't understand me, and I don't understand him, and that's why we're working on this marriage. When we are having a problem, my partner and I are able to talk about it. Nope, not recently. Like I said before, it depends on the situation. Sometimes we just don't want anyone to talk about it, but you're more passive aggressive than I am. It depends on the situation, really, it does.
One or both.
This is you, because I did not put any undecided. I did not put any undecided in my test at all.
One or both individuals were undecided about this issue.
You can read that one.
So I guess it's me. I can easily share negative feelings with my partner.
You don't know.
It is generally easy for me to ask my partner for what I want.
And you don't know. But now you would after going through this, right?
Now, the last one we're going to talk about is what?
Our special focus. Both individuals express concern about the issue. So we both feel like my partner is honest with me. We both have been through hell and back through a lot of situations, and we both had to be honest and put everything out on the table in our situations for the last 20 years. And I feel like we've gotten to the point where we can be honest with each other.
Absolutely.
I feel like I can be straight up honest with him, and he can be honest with me, and we both mutually agree on that. That's our special focus. That is our strength, that we can be honest with each other. As much as we argue and disagree with on a lot of subjects, we can agree to this one thing, that we are honest.
Now, can we end with the one thing that we need to do every day?
Sure.
It says, and this is what you're going to do in 5 minutes. Remember to give your spouse at least one genuine compliment every day. Take 5 minutes to discuss your relationship, what you enjoy about your relationship, and what was dissatisfying about your relationship today, and how you can be helpful to each other. Guys, remember to think about this before you walk into the door this evening, so you can give her your undivided attention before anything else. Here's the crazy thing about this, is that I was thinking today on a genuine comment. And then I had to come up with one thing that I was dissatisfied with today in our relationship. I couldn't think of anything right now that I was dissatisfied with. The more I thought about ways that I could compliment her and give her a compliment, and I started thinking about, well, what should I do? And she does this, and not just I love you and you're beautiful. And I started thinking about all these things that put me in such a good mood. I couldn't find one thing. Now, I ended up finding one because we need to find one, and it was the fact that what was dissatisfying in our relationship was the fact that she was in pain. She's going through some stuff, and she shared it. But walking in the door and having dinner was already done. I went fishing today.
So that was satisfactory.
So what I said to my wife is walking in the door, even after a hard day's work and then fishing, seeing dinner on the table was so amazing. All I did was pull up a chair and I said, thank you so much for having dinner. That makes me feel so good that dinner was here. And then we started just talking for a minute, and she talked about her pain, and that would be the only thing. And then after that, I found out she did some more stuff, which was something we had to work on, just stupid stuff. And she did that today, and it made it even more. And guess what I did? She probably doesn't even know.
He did the dishes. So I did the laundry, you did the dishes.
Yes, and she didn't ask me. I wanted to do it. I saw dinner was there, and I was just like, yeah, and I needed to wash my hands anyways, so why not do it with dishes?
I really feel that in a relationship, in order to complement each other, you do things for each other, or talk to each other, and show and tell the appreciation, and say that you're appreciating them, because if you don't, they feel very unappreciated and they don't want to do it. You know, this class that we're taking is such a great eye-opener, and I can't wait for the next 6 weeks to see what kind of things we unravel in our relationship. Or we're going to be honest with you guys. Every relationship is different, and we're working on ours. We're not perfect, like we said in the beginning. We are definitely not a perfect family relationship. We have a lot of things to work on. We still argue, we still fight, and we need to work through those. And I feel like I am the luckiest woman in the world finding my match for the last 20 years, even though sometimes I just want to punch him in the mouth, but that's okay.
Are you willing to take this challenge and to your partner, even a friend that you're having trouble communicating with, are you willing to pay a genuine compliment tomorrow to somebody?
That is your goal for this week, you guys. Your goal is to make a genuine comment to someone that is in your life, whether it's your loved ones,
it can
or
be
your
a
family,
mom or a dad or
your
a
children,
brother or a sister,
yes,
or children.
Even if the ones that you're having a hard time with, actually take a moment and make a genuine comment and compliment to someone how they make you feel in a positive way, and that is your goal this week.
And think about it. Think about it. Don't go up just yeah. Oh, your feet are awesome. That just makes me feel all bubbly. No. Even though it does, because I love her feet. But no, think about it. So take that challenge. Let us know. Leave it in the comments below if you're doing this.
We will see you guys all next week for another relationship goals hype. I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. If you are, please give it a thumbs up. Leave it in the comments below if you guys are enjoying it.
If you have
let
questions.
me know if you guys have questions. If you guys want to see something, let us know as well. But for the next 6 weeks, we are going to be talking about how to work on our relationship and give you guys some advice of what we are gathering about the classes that we're taking for the next 6 weeks to enrich.
Because trust me, if we can still be together through what we've been through, if you know our story, almost anybody can.
Yeah. It's about communication, forgiveness, and love.
And love.
Love. Nope, not on YouTube. Too much. Here. Not for the littles. Okay, we love you guys so very much. Make sure to subscribe for our vlogs, and we'll see you guys all for another time. Love you. Bye. Ciao. Oh, and you guys like my Christmas pajamas? Meow.